Hey, hello, welcome back to Metalhead Speaking. Parole de métaleux in French. Yeah, it's a French podcast show on the basic. We are this evening with Luana Dametto from Crypta. Hello, Luana, how are you?
Hello, I'm fine. Thanks for inviting me.
Really thanks to be here too, because I like death metal and I like the challenge because you are actually in the Brazil and I'm actually in Switzerland. You are here because for Crypta, for death metal, I have a lot of questions and we will begin from the beginning. Why creating a band on the ashes of Nervosa?
We had actually started this band as a project before we quit Nervosa. I wanted mainly another project because I was just playing with Nervosa for 4 years. And I felt the need of having another project where people didn't know what it was about and what the genre would be, and didn't have or come with any expectations. So I wanted to do that, to not have expectations, first of all, and also to play some drum lines that I wasn't very used to and I wasn't comfortable putting in Nervosa because it didn't, well, some of them didn't fit Nervosa because Nervosa is already established as a thrash metal band, and also because I wasn't comfortable putting things that I couldn't, fully play. Let's say, not fully play, but that it was out of my comfort zone. So yeah, decided to create this project to play some things out of my comfort zone, to have no expectations, and to just start fresh with some other project. And I don't know, take as a hobby for a while. But then Fernanda wanted to join because she also wanted to challenge herself and start to try new things and things that we weren't used to. And when we quit Nervosa, it was just very comforting that we already started a project before we decided to quit, because then we took this project as an official thing, let's say, as our official band. So this was basically it. It was more like a hobby for us on the days off and when we were coming back home and didn't need to tour with Nervosa. But now it actually became our main band and work.
Actually, Crypta, donc Death Metal Quartet, you were with Fernanda Luira and you, Luana Dametto. This new project happened to the world with more aggressive sound, I think, more tremolo and music with more construct. Do you think, how do you define the sound of Crypta?
We started with the idea that we wanted to play old school death metal, but then while writing the songs, we kind of realized that we had way too many influences, the four of us, that were very different from each other, and all of us wanted to put a little bit of each influence. So as soon as we started writing the songs, we realized that it wouldn't be old school death metal, that's for sure. And then we decided to just go for whatever death metal. Let's just do death metal. If it's melodic death at some parts, it's okay. If it's black and death, if it's I don't know, any kind of death metal, really, let's just try like that. But we say death metal in general because there's many subgenres from death metal inside our music. But if we would just simply maybe, I don't know, decide that we would prefer to do black metal or mix with some other metals, we would certainly do. I think we just do what we like mainly. We just play the things that are similar to the bands that we like and to our influences, no matter the genre. But generally death metal, I would say.
From your main influences, we can hear the Morbid Angel, Sepultura, Death, the Death band, and what else? But I think your production is really modern because we can hear some harmonic on guitar, a lot of tapping. The drum is really specialized when we heard it, and the voice of Fernanda is very aggressive and really harsh. I think we cannot heard this kind of band everywhere. What do you think?
I think I didn't understand just the very last thing that the very last.
Sorry.
I think I didn't understand just the very last thing you said. Sorry. Could you repeat?
The sound of Crypta is really modern. I think if we compare against the old Morbid Angel, Sepultura, or Death.
Okay. I think now I got it. Sorry, by the way. Sometimes I just my English is also a little bit of a mess. So sometimes I'm like, oh, I don't understand.
I think
so
your English.
Sorry,
I think your English is better than mine. Really. Thank you, Luana.
Well, we're both trying then. We're both trying. But yeah, I agree with that. We do have these influences, but we do sound way more modern than these bands. We definitely don't sound old school like we wanted. We sound way more modern, but the only thing that we wanted to keep old school was the way that we recorded the album. Because we didn't want to, like, for example, just from my side, we didn't want to use samplers on the drums or triggers or anything. Not that I'm not one of those drummers that are like, trigger is cheating. I'm not one of those assholes, let's say.
Yeah, triggers is cheating. Thank you, Luana.
No, it's not. I'm not one of these people, but I don't like myself triggers. I don't think I need them because I don't play anything really fast, and everything that I play, I can play in a speed that I can still put a lot of punch on each note, let's say. So I don't need triggers in my sound, mainly in studio. And this is the way we wanted to record, something more old school from the recording side, not from the writing the songs side. And the girls too, no one used many, let's say, not much studio magic, let's say. It was more or less what we played and what we could do in studio, and that's pretty much the album. There's not a lot happening besides what we played, and I think that's the only thing that makes us old school in a way. But about the general sound of the band, we never wanted to sound different from other bands or create anything new or be some sort of impressive different thing. We just play what we like, and if people like it, it's a bonus for us. But we never had the pretension of being something new or anything different from most death metal bands, I would say. We just want to be death metal and play what we like.
And that's cool. Death metal make by lover of death metal is the better. I saw you on live, Luana, and you have often a t-shirt of Niflheim.
Oh yes, I use that one often.
Yeah, you use it a lot. So, on you, what is the influence of Niflheim? It's a Swedish death metal band.
I wouldn't say I have influence from Niflheim on Crypta or on my playing. I think it's just a band that I like. But I think if we can take something out of Niflheim for Crypta, would be that they do it because they like it and they do it the way they want, and that's all. Like, Niflheim is Niflheim, and it's fucking cool because the dudes just do what they want and how they like to do it, and it's just a classic. And it's so true. It's so true metal when you look at them and when you look at watch a live gig. And I think this is one Niflheim thing that we would very much like to apply to to the band that it's all very passionate, and you can see that live.
Yeah. So it's time to listen some Crypta. If I said to you blood-stained heritage, sorry, starvation from the ashes, what do you choose?
I would say From the Ashes. It's my favorite song.
Okay, so we will debrief after that. Let's go.
Remove her heart.
Parole de métaleux sur Cause Commune 93.1 FM. Metalhead Speaking is back with Crypta and Luana. Are you still here, Luana?
Yes.
Yeah. I like a lot the artwork of your album.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, it's with the coffin of the cover. There is a lot of color and it's so dark and gloomy. Where it comes from?
We decided to make the artwork with Wes Ben Scotter. He has done some very classic bands like Vader and Autopsy and many others. And we wanted him because he's a painter, so he just does like, let's say, analog art. Of course, we don't use analog for like paints. I think it's like this in English. I don't know, but let's say analog art. I mean, he doesn't do anything digital, and that's what we really wanted for the artwork. Something that would represent the way we recorded the album, like with not lots of digital help, let's say. Of course, we recorded normally with computers, but we didn't use that studio magic that I mentioned before, and we wanted an artwork that would represent that would be just what the artist really did with his hands at the moment that he constructed the painting. And it's a mix of ideas because it's not a conceptual album, so we don't really have one theme for the entire thing. So we tried to mix a little bit of each lyric and came up with this mix, and also something that would just straight up look death metal. And people might not know the exact meaning of it without looking at one video that I made talking about the meaning of the art. But overall, it just looks very death metal, and it looks old school in that sense that it's just something made by hand. And I think that's what we looked for.
Why choosing Crypta as a band name?
When we started the project, just me and Fernanda, we were in an European tour with Nervosa, and we were trying to find a name for the project already. We tried everything from all kinds of gods and goddesses and plagues and everything that sounds cool, basically, and couldn't find anything because basically every metal band already used every cool name that there is, and we wanted something short and easy to pronounce because then everywhere you go in the world, you know that people will make an association. Jesus, this
Association,
word is
yeah.
yes, that with what it means, and it will be able to write and pronounce and stuff like this. And we were in a day off in Czech Republic in a city called Brno, and we decided to do some tourism. And they had the ossuary in that city, the underground of the city that was very medieval and dark, and then after that we went to the Capuchin crypt. And when we were visiting those places, we were still trying to find a name, and it was just like, interesting. We've just visited so many caves and crypts today. Crypt sounds nice, by the way. Why don't we use crypt? And we were sure that there was already bands using this name. I knew particularly that crypt was already used. It's a project from the vocalist of Jodder, and then we started to think if bands maybe already used Crypta, that it's kind of like the Portuguese version of it, with not an I don't know the name of that letter in English, and we were almost certain that bands already used it, but when we searched, we just found two bands on Metalum that had used this name. One is a Brazilian band, by the way, and they weren't playing anymore. They just released a demo 11 years ago, and I was searching more about them and realized that they already had formed another band in which they are active nowadays. So Crypta was just very much abandoned, and the other band is a band that split up and two and was a band formed in 1992, if I'm not wrong. So it was pretty much a name that no one is using right now, but two bands already used back in the days. And we also found out that no bands were actually registered with this name. Like it was not official for anyone. So we just named Crypta. It's a short and easy to pronounce name, easy to remember how to write. We could make a very cool logo out of it. No one was using, which was very important for us, that it was not officially registered because we would need to do that to be like an official band. So yeah, it was pretty much this.
Ah, you answer my next question because I'm looking on metalarchive.com. There was a lot of crypta, so you answer it. Thank you.
Yeah.
If we focus on you, Luana, because you are here, I have a lot of questions about drums, really. What is your drum formation? Did you begin the drums young?
I started to play at 12 years old, and I had many teachers during my journey. Let's say I never had like an official regular teacher that would always come to the years here to teach me, but I always had like a teacher for some months, and then when I thought that I could learn something different from what I was learning there, I would take another teacher, um, or I don't know, I just moved to some other place and decided to get a new teacher that was closer and stuff like this. And it has been pretty much like this. Learning by myself at home and having the help of many great teachers that came along the way. And still nowadays, I still do classes, not like weekly anymore, like I did back in the days when I started. But if I feel like I'm not learning anything new, or I'm too stuck with something, or if there's something that I'm finding that I'm trying to practice a lot and it's not giving me any results, I clearly see that I need someone to guide me through that and to understand what I'm doing wrong or to teach me something new, and then I um, go and search for someone that can help me with that.
What did you play generally when you are practicing? Are you playing just death metal? Maybe another thing?
Yeah, I'm always focusing on metal. I am not an amazing drummer. I am not one of those impressive drummers. So I'm trying to focus on the things that I'm gonna use because it's what I do for life. Let's say it's what I will need to record an album, to write music with Crypta, to go on tour. So I like other music styles like indie rock and well, many others. Everything that is depressive, basically. But I try to focus on metal when I'm practicing drums, so I can do my job. Let's say.
On some on your drums play float that we can find on YouTube, you look very relaxed. No transpiration, really. What is your secret?
This is a comment that I get regularly, that I look very relaxed, or that I'm not sweating while I play, or that I have no emotions while I'm playing, which I think it's funny because I'm not trying to look like that. In fact, it's quite the opposite. I'm always that I'm playing. I'm trying to look like I'm more excited. Like okay, I'm gonna record a playthrough. Let's try to look a bit more excited about what I'm doing and try to have some performance so it looks more aggressive and stuff. But it ends up that always that I look at the filming that I've done. I'm always no emotions. Playing straight, and it's pretty much the same as always. I don't know. It's just my way, my being, I think. I'm pretty much like that in all aspects of life. If you find me anywhere in a party, I'm just looking like, yeah, pretty apathic. I don't know. So it's the same on drums.
Yeah, you look so poker face sometimes, but you are
Yeah.
blasting. It's cool.
Poker face. This is it's a better description than apathetic or so.
Yeah, Fernanda is looking like she biting you, and you poker face. Wow.
Yeah. We are the opposites, or the opposites in the same band. Fernanda compensates my lack of emotions.
Yeah, and she has a big eyes sometimes. I'm looking for some. I think it's Rock in Rio with Nervosa, and the other live with Crypta. Fernanda open his eye totally. It's really wow. What's happened?
Yeah.
Is the samba from Brazil help you sometimes? Yeah, I know it's a stupid question, but from us, European style, Brazil, it's bossa nova, it's samba, it's Rio Carnival. So, do you have some influence from that or nothing?
If I like those styles?
Yeah, do you like the style? If you like, do you use it in your music, maybe?
I don't actually. Our best drummer ever in Brazil, Eloy Casagrande. I know that he implements like Brazilian stuff to his playing, and it just sounds amazing metal with that. But it was never something that I liked. It's awesome music, and if you can absolutely implement it in metal, but it was never something that caught my eye, let's say. Yeah, and I also live in the south of Brazil, and it's carnival is not really. It's not very celebrated here, let's say. We have it, but it's really, really small compared to São Paulo in Rio. So um, I I was never very into the culture. So I don't even know well the classics from Brazil. Actually, it's a shame, but I don't know.
That's the life. I think you prefer Chris Redfield from Autopsy, something like that.
Sorry.
I think you prefer Chris Redfield from Autopsy. You know the drummer who sings in same times.
Oh yeah. I didn't know his name, but of course, yeah.
Yeah. I saw him on live 3 years ago. I was so impressed. Wow, wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah, he's amazing.
Amazing. What is your experience in underground death metal scene in Brazil? What is the situation of this underground scene?
It's pretty active. It's very, very underground. I would say it's usually much more underground than the underground from Europe. Um, People do festivals here in the on the underground very with passion, I would say, but with no money to like put um, the right gear and to set up the right situation for the bands to play. So it's the underground here is complicated. I would say sometimes because people have no money to like invest in good venues or at least to have the basics sometimes. But the good thing is that it's still very active, and I was part of the underground of my region here for many years with my first band. We used to play all over the state that I live in Brazil, and it was just very underground festivals. It's very cool. I hope it still remains active as it is now in the future too. Even though the conditions are not very good, it's important that we still have because just like many years ago, it was the only it was the only way I would put my band to play. So no matter what, it's nice that the underground scene is still going strong.
Thank you. I forgot to talk again from the ashes before, you know. So it was, I think, the second title from your album, Echoes from the Soul. You said before that it's your preferred song from the three I mentioned before. I don't think it's so underground, Crypta in Brazil. You are, I don't know, it's a major band. Maybe you can tell me, but anyway, from the ashes, what is the main purpose on this song? And are you proud of this song?
Yes, it was the song that we chose to be the single because it would be the one that represented better the idea of the band musically and visually, and the lyrics and everything. Really, it's the best song that we had to present the band to people, and it basically talks about like the cycles that we start in our lives, any cycle really that you can think of, the process of starting something and leaving that, and just that everything comes to an end really, and from that journey and from what you learned, you have to start over another cycle. And basically it's about that. It's about the phoenix. We talk about the phoenix, but it's just a metaphor to the cycles of life, and also to our situation too, that we mainly Fernanda experienced so many years with a band, and had a career and stuff like this, but all comes to an end, and we decided to start this new thing, this very new exciting thing, and it can be a metaphor for that too. And visually it was the song that we had the better ideas to make a music video, the best ideas to make music video. We thought it would look nice to release that first, and the song itself has like some black metal parts, some more death metal parts, and its melodies. So I think it represents Crypta the best.
Yeah, I think, I totally agree with you. For the little break, because you are talking a lot, I think you need some water, Luana. Me too.
Oh, I'm fine. Otherwise, I need to go to the toilet every 5 minutes if I drink half a cup of water. It's ridiculous.
Between starvation and blood-stained heritage. What? Yeah, tell me.
Starvation.
Okay, let's go for starvation.
Souls became cadaveric remains. Delusional.
Parole de métaleux, metalhead speaking, still with Crypta. Hi Luana, still here?
Hello.
Are you okay?
Yes.
So, what is the purpose of starvation?
We wanted to talk about starvation because it's something that never, well, it always existed in Brazil, people starving, but in the last few years, it got worse, especially with the election of this new president. We were getting better at this, like at taking people out of misery. But with this new president, we started to have a high rate of people really starving because they have no conditions of surviving at all, not even buying the least food that they can. So we, like I said, it's not a conceptual album, so we had some songs about some inner perspection on things, perspectives on things, and we had some lyrics with fantasy themes. But we also wanted to talk about what we think that is important and current and what's happening in our country, and starvation is one of those songs. I think Fernanda would be much better at explaining this, but it's in general about this.
What is the reality for a girls band? Yeah, you are a metal girls band. What is the reality in 2021? Is it a sweet dream or a salty nightmare?
I think I didn't understand this one.
Ah, shit, my English. Oh.
It's okay.
Yeah, I will explain. Your band is only composed from ladies. Yeah, you know, no men,
Mm-hmm.
nothing. When you are on tour, on concert, or whatever, on studio, is
Mm-hmm.
it easy? Is it a sweet dreams? Is it cool? Or is it a salty nightmare because all men are loud, are laughing, or just don't understand?
I think it's actually like any other band, I would say. It's becoming more common nowadays that we have all female bands, but of course we still go to some through some sexist um, situations at festivals sometimes. It's pretty rare. It's like the minority of the minority of people that do this, but we still go through some stupid comments sometimes, but we really don't care about, because I think as a woman you learn that sexism and comments and these things always happened and will always happen in your life. So it's not like it's a big of a deal that it happens while we have a band. It kind of always happened as a woman in society. So we don't really care about those minorities that do this. And as a band, the four of us, it's pretty regular. I would say I had a band that I was the only girl on the band, and compared to Crypta, I would say it's pretty much the same.
Oh, that's a cool news. I think, and yeah, I think you participate. You participate. Sorry, to Chaos Rising with only female. If other ladies,
Yes.
I don't like the word female. I'm sorry. I prefer saying ladies. Maybe because I'm a French in Switzerland. I don't know, but that's it. You are. Yeah. What is the goal of Chaos Rising? It's really interesting. I think.
It's basically gathering like the female musicians from all around the world and make them to collaborate in songs and write whatever sub genre for metal that they feel like, and just meeting other female musicians really and getting to know other females that play metal, because it's definitely not as common as finding males playing metal. You can find males playing metal everywhere. Uh, it's it's more rare to find females that do this, and we think it's Chaos Rising. Think it's very cool to gather this woman and promote them through these collaborations and make them meet each other and maybe, I don't know, start bands in the future if they go well together and if they like the vibe of the song and start stuff like this. I think it's really important that we have this because since it's still rare to find women playing metal, it's like to promote them and make them meet online. It was very cool to participate. I got to know some musicians that I didn't know. It was very, very cool to write a song together with people that I never talked with before.
Yes, it's a really interesting collaboration, and the song was cool. It's really refreshing. For the auditors, gonna listen Chaos Rising on YouTube or anywhere. Luana, I have now. I prepare for this interview. I prepare a blind test, a drum blind test. Are you ready?
Okay, I'm ready.
You are ready? Really? It's a short extract from drummers. You can win if you are finding the name of the drummer or the band. It's okay.
Okay.
I think it's not so complicated except for two. Let's go.
All right. Let's see.
First. Yeah.
Okay. Tricky. It's just drums, right? It's gonna be just drums.
Yeah, it's really just drums, but I can make some trick.
I think I will try to guess who it is. I have two names in mind, but I can be very wrong. It's hard to know. I mean, so many drummers are playing extreme fast blast and double bass. It's hard to know which one it is, but I'm guessing that it's either George Collias or Derek Roddy.
It's Derek Roddy.
It's Derek Roddy. My first thought was Derek Roddy, but then I thought it could also be George Collias because they both use lots of cymbals like while they are double bassing.
Yeah, good one. Cool. Next one. Let's go. I have a problem with my sound, so not this one. Forget, sorry. Oof, magic.
No problem.
Next one. The sound is crappy.
For you, the LA crowd, a title track of our first album. Show no mercy.
All right. This one was Dave Lombardo because it said "Show No Mercy" and
Yeah.
because it sounded like Dave Lombardo too.
Yeah, it was. I just heard there is a show no mercy on the beginning. Ah, shit.
Yeah. But also, it's Dave Lombardo sounds very unique. You can hear from his double bass that it's Dave Lombardo, and from the fills mainly. If he does a drum fill, you can tell it's Dave Lombardo.
Yeah. And let's go for the next extract. It's not death metal, okay? But
All right.
I think it's listen it.
Damn, this is hard because I don't know drummers out of metal at all.
Yeah.
I'm gonna guess a classic one because I don't know exactly who it is, but I think it could be John Bonham. Bonham. I don't know how to pronounce his surname. From Led Zeppelin. Is
No,
it him?
no.
Yeah, I knew it. I would get it wrong. Who was it?
It's a Brazilian drummer, a samba Brazilian drummer.
Huh. Some Brazilian drummer. Just samba?
I don't know. In fact, I watching on YouTube a few songs of him, and for me that's it. But I don't know all the discography of this guy.
I don't know this one. I don't know any samba drummers at all.
So sorry for my Portuguese. Is Rabes Felipe? Don't know if you know.
I think I don't know this one.
Okay, well, it's not a problem. And the last one, the harder.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go.
All right.
Never forget, never repeat.
Yeah, no idea. I no idea who this is.
Yeah, it's you on the time of Nervosa.
Yeah. No idea who he is, but nice blast.
Yeah, nice blast. I hope to see you on live one day. Really, you have a good energy, and I like it. It's not a sad energy. It's like energy in the like the Pantera cover with the punch in the head, you know?
Thank you.
Yeah, cool. If you come in Europe, do you will come in Europe next year?
Yes, absolutely. We don't have like an all Europe tour so far booked, but we will book. So far, we just have a tour booked with D-side and Crisium.
Decide Crisium.
On the United Kingdom.
Oh, fuck. I think Glenn Benton is a bit machist, huh? But it will be okay. You will punch it.
I think I didn't understand this one too. Sorry.
Glenn Benton from D-side is a bit, is a macho man. Macho man. So I think you will punch him.
I hope not, but we don't know. We don't know him. I can't say anything.
I hope everything will be okay. Thank you, Luana. We are on the end of the show. Do you have something to say for the auditors that don't know Crypta?
That people can follow us on Instagram, mainly that it's Crypta Death. It's also Crypta Death on Facebook and Crypta Official on YouTube for new videos, playthroughs, and releases, basically. And yeah, that's all.
Thank you, Luana. Have a good day and see you on the concert on Europe. Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Bye. Ciao.
Bye.